Hello everyone. I don't know about you, but I personally feel that we are becoming lazy-brained. We are forgetting things more than usual. We are not holding our attention, and I think this might be the time to think about it, because otherwise if you don't use your brain, you will lose it. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to become an old woman dribbling in an armchair, completely zonked out and unable to know what on earth I'm doing. I'm already a young woman who dribbles on occasion. I don't need to be an old woman doing so. And I know that I keep seeing these adverts about if you play this game, you will beat dementia, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. What are you going to do this month to help train your brain? I ain't Dr. Kawashima in any way, shape, size or form. But it has occurred to me, can you do an activity that requires focus? Can you play a game that requires concentration? These are the things that we need to consider, because otherwise we're all going to end up dribbling vegetables. We've seen what's happening with the younger generations who don't understand joined up handwriting, or how to do writing and reading and mathematics and things that the older generations like myself and up can do. In fact, I have a family member who is Gen Z, and it has been said that some of his friends cannot read cursive. Let's make it a challenge this month to do something with your brain, whatever it is. Knitting, play some of the games that are here on YouTube. I can recommend some if you like them, but just don't be idle. I'm getting back into reading that book that I've been trying to read for ages. I'm determined to read it. I want to write a book, so I'm going to try and read up on how to do that. It's not as easy as it looks, believe me. And I'm trying really hard to do something so that my brain doesn't become lazy, because as I said, we don't want to end up being alive but not living. We need to do something to keep ourselves sharp. I may not have pets anymore, but remember how Jack taught Bonjo? And yes, it may have meant one-on-one interaction. It may have meant that Bonjo had to learn. He's like, No, focus. Don't lose interest in the fly. Focus, because it's back at your level. Get it now. And Bonjo was able to get it because he had to pay attention. He was so pleased with himself because he was able to actually concentrate. From then on, he learned. He used to play tug of war with the dog. Initially, he tried doing it the cat way, with the front of his mouth like you do when you hold a mouse. But Jack showed him that, hey, I can wrap this thing around my nose so you're never going to win. But second, use what you have. If you've got claws, use them. If you can hold things at the back of your mouth, do that. That was how Bonjo learned how to hold on to the toy for a very long time, to the point that Jack would use him as a mop. However, it also meant that Bonjo had to learn to eat that way, which stopped him from choking. If the cat can learn this and he's a bit dopey and Jack could teach him, yo, I want to teach you how to play tug of war so that you're at least on me level. What's stopping you? Why can't you do that? If you can, why are you not? I know it's easy to do the fun things like just sitting there and doing something mindless that you don't think of. But I play Scrabble Go because, as we know, my mum is fantastic at words. If you watch my videos instead of just listening, you will see her amazing gameplay. The people I play with are challenging. If you want to do that with me, you can happily join in and maybe learn some words along the way. But don't give up. Don't do this thing of saying that you can't do it, so you're just going to give up. Let me tell you something. I'm disabled. My mum did not allow me to give up with the disabilities I had. Yes, I was in a lot of pain. Yes, I was hurting. Yes, from the age of 7, I've had this. But my mum said, no, don't give up. You must remember to keep your muscles strong, because if you give up, you're going to end up not being able to do without a wheelchair. You're obviously disabled and you need the wheelchair, but don't rely on it 100% unless you absolutely have to, because otherwise you're never going to be able to know how to walk. Do something with your brain. Do something with your body. If you want to play Scrabble with me, the link's in the description. But don't just sit there and do nothing. And if you're not the kind of person who likes to play physical games like football and stuff, fine. Me neither. Read a book. Write something. Maybe try and write a story. Do something. And I mean write the story. Don't type it. writing actually has a different effect than typing because typing feels apparently all the same, whereas because you have to shape letters, it actually even works your brain more. So just remember this, because stroke victims are not allowed to give up. People with epilepsy and things that damage the brain have to go through rigorous and strong rehabilitation. And you know what? They're not allowed to give up. We're not allowed to give up. Why are you? If you're still here, then you're handsome and you're beautiful. And you, well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more. Hey everyone, my name's Bonjo. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know how you hold off dementia.